So anyways, double count out you in that Undertaker and Rusev. So Undertaker coming out, his entrance was awesome. I mean, because that big building and all those people, it just felt right. It was really cool, and it just goes to show you how mega of a star the Undertaker is still to this day, worldwide, anywhere. He is an icon for sure, and one of the nicest SOBs you ever met in your life. He is the real deal. He's a good man, good dude, and only worked with him once, wrestled him once, and I wish I got a chance to wrestle him more because he was a lot of fun to work with, a lot of fun to do business with, and but I worked with him, as you guys know, as an announcer, where he was a wrestler, where I called a ton of his matches, and we had a good connection there, verbally going over matches and, stuff that I've talked about Taker before. And if you're new to the show, to my show, basically what I was saying was Undertaker is, well, for me, as a color commentator, was a dream because he gave you great direction on where he was going. And me as a former, worker, I understood. He would just give me little things, little tidbits where he was going physically and the overview feel of the character. He took so much pride, and he understood that the announcers were the last reach out to the customer, the consumer, which is you, the audience, right? So he knew that, and he was savvy and smart enough to do that, where other wrestlers, some of them would just blow you off. Like they just thought, that guy said something funny about me last week. The hell with him. I'm not talking to him. Yeah, well, maybe I was told to say something funny about you, right? Maybe my boss and your boss was in my ear and told me to do that. Or maybe it was just a time to crack a little joke and you were the sacrificial lamb for a little joke, but yet I got you over heavy in your match. So they always forget that part, right? But they only remember the negative stuff you maybe said, or the jocularity stuff you said, instead of the bulk of the match where you got them over. So Undertaker was a different cat. He understood the importance of announcing, and he really, was a pleasure to do business with. So and I thought him and Rusev, I loved the match. I don't know Rusev. I never met him, but it looked like Undertaker wanted to wrestle him. It looked like Undertaker wanted to do business with him. Because if Taker don't want to do spots with you, he won't. And he did. He did good business with Rusev, and I liked the match. I liked the no disqualification, no DQ payoff where they had Aiden English get involved and end up taking bumps and the pile driver and get thrown in the casket along with Rusev, and then obviously Taker won the match. But no, I like it. I like the payoff of the bump on Aiden English. I thought that was good, too. I enjoyed the whole thing. It was cool. For a casket match, it's a gimmick finish, obviously. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Universal title felt kind of quicker for me. The finish was Brock, obviously, as the champ, going against Roman Reigns. The package was long. I thought a little too long, the video package. The match didn't feel, I don't time these matches, but and I stepped out of the room for probably about 30 seconds during the chunk of this match. So maybe I missed something, but nothing really jumped out on me. The finish with the spear was awesome, with the broken cage panel, and that Brock's body hit the mat on the outside, hit the floor first. Therefore, he retained his title. Creative finish. I like it. It was good. It worked. Nasty bump, guys. That bump's underrated by Brock. Brock is, he's taking that bump blind. That's not, I'm telling you, that is not a fun feeling to take a bump out of the ring, off of that apron, right out of the cage, out of the ring, blindly backwards. It's not fun. It's dangerous. You can get hurt bad. I don't care how big you are. And you got a guy who's 265 pounds engaged in your body, falling on you with all his weight, too. So this bump was a lot harder than it looked by Brock. So tip your cap to the big man. That's not an easy bump. It was very creative, very cool. Like I said, Brock Lesnar retained. And then, we jump into this 50-man Royal Rumble match. Now, a couple things here, right? First of all, the belt thing I thought was cool. I like the green belt because the whole theme, the colors of the thing was green with red. Their whole marketing campaign on it, on the Saudi Arabia deal. and I like the green belt. I thought it was cool. I like that they have a belt for this Greatest Royal Rumble thing. I'm fine with the belt thing, and I'm fine with who won the thing. Meaning Braun, and we'll go through it here a little bit. So, Daniel Bryan, by the way. Well, congrats to those guys. The new Raw champs, so that's pretty cool. And again, maybe they'll fix up that finish. Speaking of Hardy, Jeff Hardy defended his United States Championship against Jinder Mahal, and Jeff Hardy, God, he got a great pop. I mean, because that Hardy music played, and they know that Hardy Boys music, which is an awesome song. Old, it's been around forever that they've used it. But it's that something like that, right? So it's a cool tune. It gets you going, gets you going, something like that. But yeah, Jeff got a great pop for sure. I'll tell you something else. Again, something that probably no one noticed. I love the fact that when Jinder Mahal came out, right? I love the fact that they did not show footage, which is called B-roll, as a lot of you guys know, because I've talked about it a lot. B-roll footage, the letter B, and then dash, then the word roll, right? Because A-roll is the main footage you're watching, and then B-roll is secondary footage. So it's B-roll. I'm teaching you TV lingo. How's that? So I love that they did not show B-roll of Chad Gable beating Jinder Mahal. The announcers talked about it and did a great job telling the story, but I love the fact they didn't show it. And, I've talked about that in some original Tazz shows and Human Podcast Machines that, back 3 years ago, over 500-something episodes. It's important when you're trying to make someone or keep someone over that you don't remind them of when they get pinned or beat, or unless it's an angle you're trying to build. So I like that they didn't show you the footage. I like that. I thought it was smart. So for those that saw it. Those that didn't, okay, you heard the announcer say it and you're moving on. I like that. I think that's important. And by the way, how about this match with Jinder and Jeff? I thought it was very good. And, you don't hear lately at all, right, which I'm happy about. You don't hear anyone saying that, that Jinder Mahal is a bad worker. Remember when they were going to put the title on and they finally did? Everybody was like kind of knocking this guy's work. And I was like the only son of a bitch saying, listen, this guy can work, okay? This guy's the real deal. He knows what he's doing. He's very good in the ring, and he knows he's got good psychology. He knows what he's doing. And you watch him now, he's even amped it up more. His physical presence in the ring, he works a little snugger. He works aggressive and athletic. I got no problem with Jinder Mahal, and I got news for you. Most of you guys don't either, because no one's saying nothing else about it. Let's be honest. That's a fact. No one even thinks of that anymore. It's like Seth Rollins. Remember that stretch of about 2 weeks when everybody thought he was really dangerous, and I was the guy saying, no, he's not. It's not dangerous. I understand that Finn Balor's shoulder got hurt and what happened by the guardrail, the restraining wall outside the ring. I know, but trust me, no one thinks Seth is dangerous in the company. The locker room doesn't think he's dangerous. The wrestlers love to work with him. Seth is not dangerous. I kept telling you, people are doing all their little shows and YouTube and podcasts and all these guys that never been in the pit. And no one said nothing anymore for the longest time that Seth Rollins is dangerous. Of course he's not. And just like Jinder Mahal's not a good worker, that's BS. He's a very good worker. So I wanted to just revisit that. So so Jeff Hardy retained his U.S. title, and I liked the match. Right after that, they did something that I didn't like, and I thought was a little disjointed and just I don't understand what it was there for unless I missed something. I watched, I think, the whole show. They did a panel, right? They had J.R. King and Booker T, and Saxton was there, and it was like, all right. And Saxton was like interviewing them. It was really quick. I don't know. Maybe I missed something here. I don't know what this was. I don't know. I don't know what it was about. I wasn't sitting there glued to my TV while it was on streaming Jones, Apple TV City. But I was running around the house, and I had a parade walking through the front of the house, and I had on my moat in the backyard in the water. I had a